What's up, YouTube? DJ Kryptonite here, talking boxing, sports, combat sports primarily, all that jazz. I really don't like commenting on things like this, but Mike Tyson was just recently in the news. I think he was flying JetBlue, and he ran into um, an individual who was harassing him through the flight, and eventually Mike Tyson got upset. It appears, or allegedly, and turned around in his seat and started pummeling the harasser, so to speak. Allegedly, this is all allegedly, but the optics of it and the it's not yet been confirmed officially. But TMZ has been running it. Shout out to TMZ. They've been running it, airing this. Also, it's been some other media outlets that's been airing the fact that Tyson got into a sort of an altercation. It was maybe 2 or 3 seconds worth of physical action from Mike Tyson to the alleged victim. But it looks as though the lead up to it that the guy was actually harassing him to a point where he was like in his face and belligerent and yelling and pointing, yelling behind his ear, his head, that kind of thing. And, in the back of, the seat behind him on the plane. Now, I'm going to keep this short. Just because Mike Tyson is a public figure does not mean he doesn't deserve, the rights that we all share. Like, you shouldn't be able to go up to a celebrity and just harass him or belittle him or talk nasty to him in his face. I know that comes with fame at times, but I don't think you don't lose your rights as an individual or your personal space because you have some sort of fame. And this guy, I guess, the old bumper sticker, you gonna fuck around and find out. And that's exactly what happened. He fucked around and found out that you don't harass people or belittle people when they're trying to get some downtime. He was on a plane. He was trying to get to where he needed to be from A to B, or get to a particular location, or enjoy his flight, whatever the case may be. He looked like he was minding his business, but the guy wouldn't let up, and Mike Tyson responded accordingly. Not to say that he was justified in it. And I know this is ultimately going to result in some sort of lawsuit that he's probably going to have to settle outside of court, civil suit. But that's neither here nor there. Just the mere fact that this guy just didn't understand like what it means to give people personal space. And like I said, just because he's a celebrity, you don't know him personally. He's not a personal friend of yours. He's not. He doesn't know you from Adam. He doesn't know you from Limbo. And yet, and still, you want to harass this guy as if you know him, like he's a part of your comedy. He's not. He has no idea who you are. If anything, just give him kudos. Hey, I enjoy your work. Hey, I enjoy your fights, man. I am a big fan. And then let it go. But if you see the video, and I don't even want to air the video, I was tempted to just have it on this feed so that you guys can see. I'd rather you guys just Google it or look at it on YouTube and kind of decide for yourselves what transpired and was he, warranted in his reaction. I feel like he probably reacted a bit heavily. He probably had heavy hands, and that's no pun intended. But I think he responded. At some point you can take but so much. And especially when you're minding your business. And, if that was a random guy on the street, would you expect any different? Just because he's Mike Tyson doesn't mean he should be treated any differently, with just basic rights of privacy and personal space. There is no difference. If that was just a random guy on the street, would he conduct himself that way? I think at some point he was asking for that response from Mike. He was looking for that physical response, and he got it. As I said, the bumper sticker says he fucked around and found out. And, like I said, I hope Mike Tyson doesn't lose any momentum moving forward, because he's been a pretty positive guy. He's been doing pretty well with his podcast and that sort of thing, giving pointers to boxers and that sort of thing. He's just been a positive guy. He's been doing really well, at least publicly. And my hats go off to him, because he really had a tumultuous, a traumatic boxing career. And at this point, I think he's kind of transitioning to the non-boxing lifestyle pretty well. They say he lost $300 million, but I think he's gained a lot of respect back. He gained a lot of peace of mind back, and that sort of thing. So I just hate for him to go back to the old Tyson, where he was, he was in a negative. I think his thought process and his mental was very negative, but I think he's been fairly positive as of late, because I think one of his kids passed dramatically. I think it was a treadmill incident. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember, but I think one of his kids died because of some sort of freak accident with a treadmill or something to that effect, if I remember right. But I may be wrong on that. But again, like I said, he's been through a lot. Leave a man alone. Ultimately, just leave a guy alone, and just say, hey, I love your work, like your fights, enjoyed your career, whatever, and move on. Ask for autograph, move on. That's it. But as it stands, oh my God, some folks just don't know when to quit. And he fucked around and found out. Anyway, deuces. DJ Kryptonite out. Like, subscribe, comment, and just enjoy your day. Talk to you soon.